Hey everyone, it's Megan. I'm a certified fertility awareness educator, and today I'm talking about where to start with learning fertility awareness. I can speak from someone who's experienced it both ways. I've tried the self-teaching route and I've tried the working with an instructor route. And I want to offer my experience personally and professionally to really give you solid advice on what to do if especially you're seeking to use this method as natural birth control, because obviously the stakes are high and that's a very important goal that is really tied to the effectiveness level of this method. The key thing that I want you to take away from this today is that fertility awareness is up to 99.6% effective when learned with a certified educator. So in my view, that speaks for itself. And in my personal experience, I tried the self-teaching route years ago, and I'm someone who's super attentive to detail. I was very highly motivated, but I read the book cover to cover. I was super ready to do it, feeling very emotionally invested, and I felt that the time was right. But after only 4 days of trying to chart, I was not able to continue because I encountered what were seemingly insurmountable obstacles at the time that I just didn't know how to handle. I got too overwhelmed. I kind of just shut down and I didn't continue with it. And I didn't even try to attempt to chart again for 2 more years. Finally, after those 2 years, I came back. I really felt like, okay, this is so important to me. I'm tired of dealing with the constant, illogical, irrational fear and anxiety of unintended pregnancy. I need to get serious about this and actually do this. And I worked with an instructor certified, and the experience learning was like a total night and day shift. I was finally actually able to master the concepts and do this with confidence. I was finally building those body literacy skills that you hear about, and I was finally understanding what exactly my chart was telling me, and most importantly, I was able to finally identify confidently those fertile versus infertile days, aka those safe days for unprotected intimacy and those unsafe days for unprotected intimacy. And by doing that and also involving my partner in the learning, I was able to confidently practice this method. This has been my sole and primary method of birth control for probably, I'd say at this point, over 95 cycles. The key takeaway is I've never had any pregnancy scares. I know exactly when to expect menstruation, and these are things that prior I had no knowledge of. I was constantly anxious, and I want to tell you that you do not need to be living in that state of anxiety. I've been there. I've had the panic attacks. It sucks. And I'm telling you, you don't need to be dealing with that. You can absolutely practice fertility awareness successfully, but you need to have the right support. In my opinion, yes, people can learn in rare circumstances where they're self-teaching if they're extremely attentive to detail, they're checking and double checking and triple checking their facts left and right. They're looking at multiple resources and spending time on this. But in my view, that is the stressful and the long-winded route. If you want the route that's just easier to learn, where you have someone there to hold your hand, you have someone professional there to double check your charting and to check in with about your questions that are really the most important thing as you learn to question things, understand why, and to discuss them with someone who knows what they're talking about, not just Google, where it's easy to stumble across inaccurate information and inaccurate, incomplete answers. It's really important, obviously, if you're using this for birth control, to be able to rely on this information. And again, the stakes are high. It's even more important nowadays with people's rights being significantly limited all across the US in terms of their reproductive health. And it's a serious time to be able to empower yourself with something that no one can ever take away from you, which is education. So I'm here for you. My biggest point of advice is to just start by working with a certified educator. You can schedule a free consultation with me in the link down below in the description. I would absolutely love to meet with you and to work with you. And in addition to that, I'd also recommend the Read Your Body app for charting. And on another note, if you're looking at something like the Temp Drop or the Thermometer Vinca 2 thermometer, you can look at a couple of my other videos that are specifically about those topics, where I review and answer questions about both those types of basal thermometers. So take a look at that if you're confused about which one you want to go with, and just know that that's something that we can also discuss in your free consultation when we meet to discuss taking my course. So please reach out. I'll leave the link down below. If you have any questions, you'll get them answered in that session. I really look forward to meeting with you. Hope you have a great day or night whenever you watch this. Bye.